Hello and welcome to the Archy Portal racing tutorial. My name is Evan and I'm here to help you get started on the race circuits of Sirius on Archy's Portal server for the discovery mod of Freelancer. Races on Archy's are generally straightforward, with only one major downside. You have to choose between 3 selective restart ships, and each race will have a specific limit on which of these 3 you can choose from. All 3 of course have hostile reputation for everyone in Sirius. When a race is announced, you will be told which available restarts you can choose from, as well as the race tag. Your race character must have this tag in its name, and your race name must be your forum name or an appropriate substitute. No profanities. Anyway, now to get you started, you're going to want to know how each restart works. You're given the option of the fox, rabbit or shark in most race events, and each one has its positives and negatives. Let's start with the restart fox. The Black Dragon is your restart fox ship and comes with a stronger offensive capability, high armor rating and the most regens, with its equipment being a Wasp Cruise Disruptor. This makes it useful for disrupting other races to get that cruise engine charging edge at a start point, or to give them a free trip back to the respawn after killing them. Moving on to the more defensive counterpart, the GMG Karasu is your restart rabbit. Now a quick note, this one will automatically place you in space around 5k away from New Haven in Connecticut. You're going to want to dock as soon as you log on to it. I'll explain why shortly. The rabbit comes with a War Dog mine dropper and improved countermeasures, hence the more defensive use, and this comes in handy when it comes to those foxes and the cruise disruptors, as well as the usual NPC disruptions. The mine dropper itself, however, isn't all that useful. The rabbit has the middle ground on armor and regen count. Finally, we have the restart shark, the Rhineland Tiger Shark to be exact. This fighter is more of a technical restart. Its weapon loadout is rather useless in combat, with 2 pulse cannons, a missile and a nomad blaster. What's special about this one is that it comes with a Wasp Cruise Disruptor, Tadpole mine dropper and countermeasures, and its countermeasures are still effective to a point. Now that you've got the ship you want for racing, you're going to want to immediately sell every piece of ammunition that your ship carries. This is why you want to dock right away on the rabbit. Each restart comes with some spare ammo for its equipment upon creating the restart, and selling the ammo prevents other racers from stealing it during the first phase of the race, as well as giving you some credits to work with, though not very many. Phase 1 of any race is the gathering of racers. During this time there isn't much to do except shoot other racers in Connecticut or sit undocked and wait. Once the time has expired for any new races to join, the admin in charge of the race event will move on to Phase 2 and teleport you to the race's start location. Right away you will be required to undock from the base immediately and die. This is due to a teleport glitch where sometimes players being teleported can end up kicked from the server. If you get kicked yourself, simply relog into the server on your race character, undock and die, and then rejoin the race group, or rejoin the race group as soon as you log back in. Once every racer is undocked at the start point and died once, remain docked. As soon as you've completed your death, you should already be into the equipment dealer. What you're going to want to buy is regens and ammo. However, you won't have the cash for this. For each of the restarts, you're going to want to sell at least 1 or 2 guns, generally the least useful if you can help it. Do not sell your equipment unless you're using the rabbit, in which case get rid of your mine dropper. Finally, make sure to keep some guns on you for defensive purposes or to kill any extra NPCs, just in case you need more regens during the race. Buying ammunition is optional, however it's highly recommended that you at least buy some countermeasure ammo. And a countermeasure dropper if you're actually using the fox, by the way. Finally, do not make any money transfers from one of your other ships onto your race restart ship. This will immediately get your character kicked and deleted. In order to keep the races fair, you should at least make sure that you balance out your equipment and your funds manually. Phase 2 of the race consists of the previously mentioned setting up of your equipment, along with receiving the racing circuit from the admin. Circuits consist mostly of various system checks where you will be required to enter a targeted system to receive the check. Races may or may not require you to check specific systems in order, but the finish line is usually a specific station or system. Make sure to listen to the admin in charge of the race to ensure you understand the specific race rules that are being laid out. Try to be courteous and don't interrupt them while they read out the circuit. Once the admin has finished laying out the race's specific checkpoints and rules, you'll be given a final minute or two to finish preparing your ship for the race. By this time, you'll hopefully already be set and waiting in the launch bay of your starting point. Eventually, console will tell you to go. As soon as you see the white and green text, launch and begin the race. If you manage to get cruise disrupted, or you're passing through a very populated area brimming with NPCs waiting to blast you out of space, you're going to want to do two things. Avoid the incoming fire and re-enter cruise or a trade lane to get clear of them. Keep your ship in mouse flight while ducking and weaving in various directions, seemingly at random, to avoid enemy fire, and tap the thruster and engine kill keys to keep a good speed going until you can clear yourself away from the enemy and start charging your cruise engines. Auto-activate countermeasures if you need to stop them from halting your cruise engine charging sequence. Participating in a Sirius race requires decent piloting skills as well as a decent knowledge of where to find jump holes as well as the fastest route possible for getting from your starting base to your first checkpoint. In the case of races where you don't need to check systems in order, you're going to want to go for the shortest roundabout trip to the finish line. If you don't have a good memory for remote jump holes and base locations, you may want to spend your 2 minutes of final preparation alt-tabbing to the Discovery Wiki or Freelancer companion in order to find the jump holes you're planning to pass through or the stations you're after. Try to keep the pages open so you can alt-tab while in a trade lane or feel safe enough in cruise with countermeasures activated to auto-fire if you need to review your destination. And that's the end of the racing tutorial. One final thing I'd like to add is that everyone who finishes a race wins. First place may get the biggest reward, but the cash drops in generally small increments for each subsequent racer who completes the circuit. If you have the tough time, try to keep at it. It's free and decent money, and all you have to lose is the actual time spent trying to finish the race. I hope this tutorial helped you out, and I look forward to seeing you on the circuit. Good luck, racer!